Have you noticed how easy it is to build an online business with no money? Just kidding. It's super crazy difficult. Hey there, I'm Brady with brandbuilders.io, where we help you build the online business of your dreams. Today I want to talk to you and then even show you how to start a business with little money. So I don't think it's possible to start a business with $0, but it's super doable under like 40 or 50 bucks. I'll show you all of this later on using some free stuff. So if your mom asks you tomorrow, hey, how do I start an online business with as little money as possible? This is the video that you can show her. So hit the like and subscribe buttons below and stick around to the end to figure out how you can start an online business with little money and how you can make sure that it's successful. So with any online business, we have to ask the question, what are the tenets that successful businesses are founded on? And this doesn't matter if you're starting a business with $0 or with $1 million. It doesn't matter. All successful businesses have 5 principles that they're founded on. And I'm getting these from MJ DeMarco's books, The Millionaire Fastlane. It sounds scammy, but it's amazing. And his other book, Unscripted. So I really recommend that you read those. But the tenets that we need to start a successful business on are control, entry, need, time, and scale. So let's talk about all of these. The first tenet that we need to have to run a successful business is the tenet of control. This means that you can control your product, you can control your prices, your method of distribution, you can control the variables that make or break your business. So when you give discounts and who your target audience is and so on. The more control you have, the less control you leave in the hands of others, the better off you're going to be. This is why I suggest affiliate marketing, not as an end goal itself, but affiliate marketing should be kind of a stepping stone to the end goal of having your own product and having your own type of funnel. Because with affiliate marketing, it's super easy to get started. It's super easy to make an initial money without having to deal with the initial capital investment or the hassle of having your own product. But in the long run, you are at the mercy of different affiliate programs. So I recommend have this kind of control, or at least make it a goal of your business later on. You also want to have a big barrier to entry. Now, this is going to be a bit of a problem if you're starting with little money. A barrier to entry is anything that makes it more difficult for someone else to replicate your business in the future. So at Brand Builders, we help people build the online business of their dreams. There are a few barriers to entry to that. So you have to have an already successful business to help people build theirs. If you are selling websites or selling things that can help businesses like we do, then you really need a track record showing that you know how to use that stuff. And of course, you need to know how to do it. And there's a pretty big capital investment to learn how to do that as well. So that's kind of the barrier to entry of our business. If you're producing your own product, you have to have like warehousing, you have to have the product creation, the product fulfillment, customer support. All of those are barriers to entry. So whatever business you need to go into, you have to ask yourself, can someone start this in their basement overnight for less than $100? And if the answer to that is yes, then there's probably a pretty low barrier to entry there. So if you're starting with low money, with little money investment, then you've got to be kind of careful about your barriers to entry. So you need to ask yourself, do you have a skill that others don't have? Or do you have 2 different skills that others don't have? So for example, you can take 2 almost 100% unrelated skills and become good at them and tie them together and then serve people who didn't even realize that they needed that thing. Case in point, social media. Combine technology and social relations to create this network where we can hang out with our friends using technology. So figure out, what kind of skills do I have that others might not have? You can also ask yourself, who do I know that other people don't know? Who can I get access to? Do you have someone famous or someone who is influential in your niche? Do you have their phone number? Or do you have their email address? Or can you get in touch with them and use them as a resource? Is there some kind of service that others don't know or are gonna have trouble providing? Even say I have a buddy in the lawn care business. He is really good at making landscaping look beautiful. The barrier to entry there for me is that I'm not creative. So you can use people's lack of creativity as a barrier to entry. You have to ask yourself, can someone start this business in a night in their basement for less than $100? And if the answer is yes, then there's no barrier to entry there. So you want to have control, you want to have a barrier to entry. And then third, there should be a huge need for your business. Now really we should put this first, but I'm about to teach you an acronym and it doesn't go well in the acronym if you put need first. So your need means that you're not starting a business based off of your passion. Because I'm sorry to break it to you, but there is no one in the whole world who cares what you're passionate about, except for you and your mother and me, of course. But it's just us three. There's no one else who cares that you love coffee or that you love dogs or that you love musical instruments or whatever. So as much as we would like to make a business about our passions, and as much as people here say like follow your dreams, pursue your passions, whatever, that's not good business advice, because no one cares what you're passionate about. Every single person on the planet is selfish. They only care what they're concerned about. So your question should be, what do other people need that I can solve? What are they passionate about that I can give them? Are they passionate about musical instruments and now they're learning how to play guitar? I learned guitar from a YouTube channel called Justin Guitar, and now he's got an app. His need he solved was there are people who want to learn guitar who want to learn online. Perfect. He solved that need. So ask yourself, what do people need? What are they passionate about that I can give them? Fourth, we need to make sure that our business isn't tied to our time. Now, you might hear the phrase, you want to work on your business, not in your business. And that's what this means. You want to make sure that your business is not going to force you to spend 8, 10, 12, 16 hours a day working on it. If you've ever read the 4-Hour Work Week, at the beginning of the 4-Hour Work Week, this is the business that Tim Ferriss talks about. He was making a ton of money, but he was spending 16-hour days always on calls, always exhausted because of his business. So you want to make sure that your business can be systematized. You can put systems in place where that can separate your time from your income. That doesn't mean that you never work on your business, but it means that someday you can get to the point where you don't have to work on your business, where you can just kind of manage a manager or manage some of your workers and leave that be. So your business needs to be systematized. You need to separate your time from your income. And then fifth, your business needs to scale. Now, if you can systematize your business, and if you're in an online business and this isn't a big deal because everything can be systematized, then you need to make sure that your business can reach millions, not hundreds. So the commandment of scale is really difficult for a lot of kind of Main Street businesses. Like, you might run an amazing clothing store on Main Street in your town, but you can never get outside of your town to start marketing to the people in the next state over, or the next country over, or on the other side of the planet. So if you're in an online business, you really don't have to worry so much about the commandments of time and scale, because everything is so easily systematized. It's pretty simple to satisfy these commandments and not have to worry too much about that. And you can remember these 5 commandments: control, entry, need, time, and scale, with the acronym CENTS, like CENTS, like pennies. Like, if you follow these commandments, you're going to make a whole lot of sense, like a whole lot of dollars. So as an online business owner, your focus kind of needs to be on control, entry, and need. You need to make sure you can control all the variables, there is a barrier to entry, and that you are solving a true market need. Once you figure out what need am I solving, what's the product I'm providing, it's time to start building a website. Now, this setup's going to be a little different depending on what your product is and what your online business is offering. I know a lot of you in the brand builders audience like affiliate marketing or the authority website model. So that's the setup I'm about to show you in a second. But you can use this setup that I'm about to show you with pretty much anything. So what I recommend is get your domain name with Namecheap, your hosting with SiteGround, build your website on WordPress, and then use Elementor to build your site. And then if you're selling your own product, I recommend WooCommerce. This setup is a lot less expensive and a lot more flexible, a lot more powerful than something like Wix or Weebly or Squarespace or any of those other website builders. So let's hop over to the screen and I can show you how to set all this up. So when you're setting up your website, I recommend SiteGround to you. They are who I use for my site. They're very inexpensive. Their hosting is just amazing, and their support is really, really outstanding. So they are who I recommend. I most times get my domain name and my hosting with them. If you want to save a few bucks, then you can get your domain on Namecheap, and that's perfect as well. So what we're going to do is come to the SiteGround homepage, and you want to come to hosting and then web hosting. They've got several plans to pick from here. If you are a beginner, or if your website is not getting more than, say, like 10, 15,000 visits per month, then the startup plan is going to be perfect for you. So you can kind of like scroll down and see what all they have, but this is the plan that I recommend for most people. And then you're going to come to a screen that looks something like this. So this is where you choose your domain name. If you already have one, say with Namecheap, you can just enter it in here, and they're going to set that up for you. If you don't have one, then I'm just going to enter one in at random. So bradysfakesite.com, and then click proceed. And then you have a pretty standard setup screen. The one thing I would keep an eye out for on this screen is where it says period down here, so this is how long your hosting is going to last. So remember, this is once your initial period is up, then they're going to bill you at this regular rate. So after your first 12 months, then it's going to be, say, $12 a month. So if you are 100% certain that this is going to be a business that's going to last you a long time, then I would consider the 24 or the 36 month one. I don't get anything extra if you sign up for those, but that is what I recommend because that's going to keep your bill lower for longer. And then as far as the extra services, you really don't need any of these down here. And then once you've selected everything, you'll have to confirm that you've read the terms of subscription and privacy policy, and this will probably be something close to your total. The reason it is more than what it says the hosting is because they're including the domain registration there, so that is normal. You can click here, pay now, and you'll get a screen like this. So you want to proceed to the customer area. And now it's time to set up our site. So thank goodness they have an awesome button here, and this is going to lead us through the process of creating our site on WordPress. So you probably are going to want to start a new website, and then I recommend doing it on WordPress. So you can set up your login. So for me, I'm just going to use my email address and then my regular password. I'm not going to show this on the video. And it's going to ask if you want to add any extras. You really don't need either of these. And your website has been created. So what we can do now is we can log in on WordPress and start to create this site from scratch. So you want to open up a new tab and then go to yourdomainname.com/WP-admin. So for me, it would be bradysfakesite.com, WP admin. And then this is going to give you the opportunity to log in. And once you've logged in, you're going to see this like WordPress starter that SiteGround offers. It's fine. You can go through it. It'll get you to select a theme for your website, kind of build it from the ground up. The themes they offer are not great, and we're not going to use any of the tools that they suggest. So what I recommend is just hitting exit when this pops up. And now it's time to create our website. So you can see what your website looks like by coming up to my WordPress and the visit site, and it's going to look pretty bad. There's not much here. So we need to build this, and there are a couple of things we need to start with. So the first is a theme. So on a WordPress site, a theme is kind of like the foundation that your site sits on. It's kind of like the basic building block of your site's design. So what you can do is you can come down to appearance and then themes, and then we're going to hit add new. There are a couple of options. I just recommend two of them. So Generate Press and then Astra are both awesome. You can see I've already searched both here, and you can find both of them on the WordPress repository. So find Generate Press or Astra. I prefer Generate Press, but they're pretty much the same. You can hit install there, and then it's going to ask you to activate. So now what we want to do is customize our theme. So this is going to allow us to name our site, to kind of do some like basic foundational stuff. Where we want to come first is site identity. So my site title is going to be Brady's Fake Site. And then you can choose to show that or hide that. Don't really worry too much about the settings in the WordPress customizer here. We're going to change all of this in a second. Tagline, showing you how to build a site, and that's perfect. You can add your logo. You can add your site icon. So the site icon is what shows up right here. You can see this one is just the default WordPress one. I've also got Elementor, which I'm going to show you in just a second, pulled up. You can see they've got like a little site icon. To start out, you really just want to do the site title and the site tagline, and then you can click publish. Some other things you might want to do but are pretty okay when you're starting off are your site's typography. So figure out what are your fonts. If you don't already know your site's fonts, then what I suggest is coming to a site called FontJoy, and this is going to allow you to select the fonts you want. So you can like lock a font in and say, like, hey, I love that Montserrat or whatever, and then you can hit generate, and it's going to change the other fonts into something that matches well with the one you like. So you hit generate, and it pairs you with some new fonts. And you can keep doing this, decide, hey, I really like this one, I don't like the other ones, or I don't like any of them, and you can change all of them. It doesn't matter. So do that until you find a font you want, and then you can put that in your site headings, your site text, and so on. The other thing you might want to do is figure out your site's colors, but we're going to edit this in just a second with Elementor. I recommend leaving most of this as it is because we're going to build this on a page level with Elementor. So speaking of Elementor, the next thing you want to do is come back to the WordPress dashboard. You can come up to the top left, and then if you're on the site, it should say something like WordPress dashboard. If you are already in the dashboard, then you want to come to plugins and add new, and you want to search for Elementor. Elementor is going to allow you to change how your site looks. So it's If your theme is kind of your foundation, your outline, then Elementor, your page builder, is your kind of nuts and bolts. It's the hammer and the nails. It's how you're going to build your site. So they've got this little tutorial here. I'm just going to hit create your first page because I am pretty familiar with Elementor. And then Elementor is going to allow you to do just about whatever you want to this page. Now they do have a pro version. If you want to change things about your theme, so like change a bunch of this up here and really get super powerful in what you can do with your site, then I recommend the pro version. At the time of recording, it's like $50 or $60 per year, which is nothing. It's really amazing how much value you get just with that. But if you just want to change little parts of your page and you have your theme set up how you like it, you can spend more time in the theme customizer to get there. Elementor allows you to drag and drop just about anything that you want. So say you want text, you can literally do just about whatever you want and create your site how you like it. So say you want to add social icons, add text, add videos, add images, you can do just about all of it with Elementor. And if you want, after a little while, you can use Elementor to create a page that's something like this. I know that you can do this with Elementor because this is what I did on one of my personal sites. This is the site that I make public. But all of this was done with Elementor. So now we have the building blocks in place to customize our site. So it's time to figure out how we sell stuff through our website. So I recommend using WooCommerce to do this. It's a free plugin on WordPress. You can find it in the plugin repository, and it allows you to create your own products, to sell those products, to do X and Y and Z, all from WordPress. You don't need to pay like the $15 or $30 or however many dollars per month for Shopify. You can do it for free inside of WordPress. And once you join WooCommerce, they're going to help you set this up. But what you need to know is that you can use it to create products and to sell your own stuff. And even better, you can use Elementor to customize your pages. So whatever you want to sell, you can do that. I can show you the Brand Builders page. So this is the combination that we use on the Brand Builders site. So when you're looking at, say, some of our pre-made websites, we create these boxes that talk about these sites using a combination of Elementor or Thrive Architect. We're moving towards Elementor now and away from Architect. And then we use WooCommerce for our buttons. Now you can see these sites are sold out. But some of our sites that aren't sold out, you can click that and then go to buy, and that's powered by WooCommerce and our page builder. So that's how you build your website. Now that you have your website and maybe your store set up, it's time to start figuring out how do we send traffic to your online business. Because without traffic, you're not going to make a whole lot of money. So there are 4 methods of traffic that all websites, all online businesses can utilize. So those are organic, where you get traffic from Google; social, where you get traffic from social media; paid advertising, where you pay money to get clicks; and direct. So direct is everything that's not organic, social, or paid. So I think if you're starting a business with little money, on a low budget, then let's go ahead and say like paid advertising, probably not in the cards for you right now. And if you're not running your own product, like if you're an affiliate, if you're doing the authority site model where you don't have your own stuff you're selling yet, then paid advertising is often not the best option for you. So that leaves us with organic, social, and direct traffic. So there's 2 of those I think can be very helpful for you as someone who's starting an online business with little money. That's going to be organic traffic from Google. So to get this kind of traffic, you need to do good keyword research. Here's a video on cool keyword research. And the core of this traffic is that you are writing content, you're producing stuff that people in your niche need to know. And Google or Bing or YouTube or podcast search engines or whatever are sending visitors your way because you're producing amazing content, because you're helping those people. So if you're in, say, like the cat food niche, you might be writing something about best cat food for hairballs. Or you might be writing something like the cat's guide to nutrition. How much should a cat eat? Or something like that. Things that answer people's questions in your niche, that show people really what they need to know to be successful in your niche, to solve their problems. You're writing that content, producing that content, making that video, recording that podcast, and search engines are saying, hey, this is awesome. We're going to send people your way because it's the best stuff out there. What you want to make sure with your Google traffic is that your keyword research is good, and then you want to produce amazing content. So you don't want to just produce average stuff, but you want your content to be the best on the internet. You want to have true, amazing content for your readers. Your readers are going to notice that. Search engines are going to notice that. Your business is going to make more money, and be more successful in the long run. So do good keyword research, figure out what people are searching for, what they need, produce that content, and produce often. At the end of the day, the person with more content wins. One marketer who I follow, Miles Beckler, says it is a race to 1,000. You want to have 1,000 pieces of content, and then you can start slowing down. So you want to produce amazing content, and you want to produce often. The other traffic source that I think can be helpful for someone who's starting on a budget would be direct traffic. So this is more applicable if you already have your own product. If you do have your own product, so you're selling information, you're selling a membership, you're selling a course, X or Y or Z, maybe it's a physical product, doesn't matter. I think the traffic that would be very influential for you is an affiliate relationship with somebody. So you contact people who are in your niche and you say, hey, if you promote my product and you bring me sales, I will give you a commission on that sale. You don't have to do any customer service. You don't have to do any product fulfillment. Just offer this to your audience. It's going to be awesome because my product is awesome. Your audience is going to value it. It's going to be helpful for them, and you're going to make money when they buy. Don't have to do any work other than the promotion, and I will pay you dollar bills. And if you're selling your own product, that's an amazing way to get started, to get going, and to really make sure that you get some quick traffic, some quick results, and a guaranteed cost of acquisition. The other method of direct traffic I think could be really cool for you is to do email marketing. So this is true whether you have your own product or not. As long as you can provide valuable information to people, they are often happy to give you their email address. If you're giving amazing stuff to them, they want to keep in contact with you. So give them amazing stuff, collect their email address, and then use that email address to keep in touch with them. Keep them in your ecosystem. And then the last method of traffic that could be useful to you is social traffic. So I think a lot of people, in my experience, get all worked up about social media. They get super excited about it. They see stuff go viral and they think, hey, that could be me. It could be. It almost for sure won't be. My experience with social media is that it's often quite a bit lower return on investment than other traffic sources. I think the reason for that is that when people are on social, they're often on social to hang out with their friends, to have fun, to distract themselves for a few minutes. There's several different reasons, but almost none of the reasons are ones that are favorable to us. So our goal is, in any online business, at some point you have to sell something. And when people are on social media, often they're just not in that kind of buyer mindset. So if you're buying ads on social media, that's one thing because you know someone already has interest in that. But I think your return on investment for social media is going to be lower than if you did search engine optimization or direct traffic. So I can't recommend social as your staple traffic. It does work for some niches. If you're in a very visual niche, like gardening or like decoration or whatever, what may have you, it could work. But I still think your return on investment is going to be higher with social or direct traffic. Now, that said, once you've already acquired customers, and I've already got a video on how to build an audience for your online business, once you have got that customer, it's often a good idea to send them to social to keep them in your ecosystem. So like a Facebook group, turn them into your follower on Pinterest or Instagram or Twitter or whatever. So social media is cool for maintaining customers, for keeping them in your ecosystem, for continuing that engagement, but it's often not your best option for the initial customer acquisition. For that, I recommend social media or some kind of affiliate relationship if that's possible. So now you've got your online business, you got your niche figured out, you got your website set up, you have your method of traffic down. Now it's time to blow your viewers' expectations out of the water. So if you're selling your own product, this means have amazing customer support. Customer support that doesn't require you to be on hold for an hour, doesn't require you to send an email and then hear back several days later. Like at Brand Builders, we want all initial contacts. When someone emails us for the first time, every single time, we want to answer within 12 hours. That doesn't matter what day it is, doesn't matter what time it is, we want to answer within 12 hours. Now, follow-up emails, that can get a little wonky, but first emails, we always want to have that amazing first impression. So if you have your own product, then have amazing customer support. If you don't have your own product, then this means provide amazing value to people. And if you do have your own product, provide amazing value to people time and time and time again. Build that reputation with your audience. You want them to leave every single interaction with you saying, wow, these people are amazing. You want people to leave your business and say, wow, I'm so happy to be in touch with Brady and his team. So happy to talk with them and get to experience this life, this journey with them every single day. You want people to leave your business and think, that was a win for me. You want to provide this amazing customer service, this amazing value at every single turn, whether that's the initial contact when they first land on your content, whatever your traffic acquisition model is, when they receive your emails, when they shoot you an email and you respond like, that's so cool, like that person responded to me. You want to provide this amazing experience for your audience at every single level. And when you can find a business that satisfies the 5 commandments of control, entry, need, time, and scale, when you get your traffic acquisition method down, when you provide amazing value at every turn, you're not going to have any problem building an online business on a budget.